Alright guys, I'm working on the walls again in my master bedroom, and I got quite a bit of cracks that I'm filling with mesh tape, and I want to talk a little bit about mesh tape here. Whenever you're using mesh tape, whether if it's white, green, or extra thick, always make sure to use a setting type compound. 20, 45, 60, 90-minute mud in a bag, one that you have to add water, that's a QuickSet. Do not use any pre-mixed in a bucket, because that will not work. It will crack eventually if you use that. First of all, how many coats do you need of hot mud for this type of tape? Can I use the second and third coat with a premix? And the answer is yes and no, and I'll talk a little bit about that right now. I'm going to show you some mesh tape that I embedded here, and you can see in this area you can't see the tape at all, and this is just one coat. You can kind of see it right here, it's bleeding through just faintly, and right here you can just see it right there because it's green. You can kind of see it there. So this one I would say you could probably get away with using pre-mixed over it, but if you have anything, even this one, see I did another coat here, it was a little thinner, I was running out, so I didn't put it as thick. You can kind of see the mesh tape just faintly right there. You could probably get away with covering this with pre-mixed as well. But here you can see I was running out of mix of my, I was running out of compound, and you can see I barely was able to cover it, and over here I didn't hardly cover it at all. This you would not want to use pre-mixed. You want to come over it and do another coat of your hot mud setting compound, okay? So keep that in mind. If you can see, even right here, if you can see it right here, I would still not risk it. I would go over it again with some hot mud before I went to the premix. Now, if you don't want to use premix, you could always just use the hot mud and just keep going. Sometimes I do that. But for your final coat, it's always best to use the premix. It's a lot smoother, a lot easier to apply. So for mesh tape, the only one to use is setting type compounds, which is in a bag. So that's my 2 cents of the day as I work here on my walls. I got this wall almost done, and this wall here, and I'm working. I started right here, stopped there. I still got all that to do, and a bunch of this, and the ceiling to do still. Right, I've done quite a bit. I've pre-filled my cracks. What I do is I score open the cracks. I add some screws if they need to hold up the plaster a little bit better, and then I mesh tape and then hot mud over that, and then I skim coat the whole wall when I'm done.